Good morning, everyone. It's serotonin. Um, so yeah, so we're back to this guy. Yeah, if the pacing of the memes doesn't work for you, don't worry, because they're gonna scroll through again. Um, so guys, what are we gonna do about this? Where we go one, we go all, but I do realize I have a lot of viewers that are not Canadian, but you're probably, somewhat interested in what the heck's going on up in here in Canada. Um, so all I can imagine is part of the reason he didn't get voted out is obviously there was a massive amount of election fraud. And that really has to be understood. Um, Canada is probably one of the most corrupt countries in the world that doesn't look like it is basically a sort of proxy country. I think a lot of people have been long suspicious that Canada is a country, a proxy country, sort of a stooge, sort of like one of those country, or sorry, those Western, you know, um, ghost towns that sort of looks like it's occupied from a distance, and then you get up close and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, there's nobody here, and you go around the back of the building and it's actually just a cardboard cutout. And I think that's kind of what's going on up here, to be totally honest with you. And I think it's very interesting that there are certain people in the alternative media who are still like, oh, well, Canada, you had your chance and you voted back in your leader. At the same time, this same person is constantly going on about the unbelievable corruption in our country. Um, However, to a certain degree, I wonder if the reason why all of this sort of waking everyone up stuff is taking so long is because a lot of people are not waking up. And that is a big problem. So, what are we going to do about that? We have to keep waking people up. I think we have to keep sharing. There's this really great poll that I did yesterday on Canada Poly. Um, that's spelt Poli, as in politics. Is a really good channel, and this guy was doing a survey, and it was like, when do you think we're going to have another election? And the number one picked answer was when Trudeau is tried for his crimes, when he faces his justice. I mean, it was 54% of that, and other people were like, well, January 2020. A lot of people picked March 2020. So there's an enormous number of people up here in Canada that are um, really shocked and horrified, and we're not okay with what went down at all, not in the slightest. And just because we aren't doing protests doesn't mean, I mean, we have some crazy stuff going on here. You guys have seen some of the stuff that's been happening, like Antifa people yelling at old ladies and calling them Nazis and stuff. That's the kind of protest that happens here when it does happen. So the fact that we're kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of heartened by it. I think that at the end of the day, we either have a lot more faith in the system or there's a lot more going on behind the scenes, and we're just doing that sort of kung fu, aikido, philosophy of using the opponent's strength against them with the least amount of effort on our part. And maybe it's just that Trudeau didn't have enough rope to hang himself enough here. There's, you know, there's a lot of people who are still really, really unaware of like what is going on in our country. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I don't know what to make of all of this. All I can imagine is that everything is exactly as it needs to be. That we're not going to wait another 4 years for the election cycle to bring us a new leader. And I never really thought that we would. I truly believed and still do believe that he's going to be arrested. And that is how we're going to get rid of Trudeau. I don't think he was ever going to be voted out um, because he doesn't deserve to be voted out. He deserves to be arrested for crimes against humanity. Um, yeah, anyway. All right. That's it. That's all I got. That is one of my favorite memes, by the way. So, if you guys have any more bright ideas or any musings on what the heck is going on for us up here, or if you are Canadian, what your take is on all of this, I would love to hear from you. So, that said, I hope you're enjoying your rainy Thursday, and happy October 31st to those of you that are out begging for candy from your neighbors tonight. Enjoy meeting your community, and let's focus on the lighthearted side of it. Let's take out all the stuff they've infused with the horror and the gore, and we'll just concentrate on sharing sweet treats with sweet souls in our neighborhood and our community, and enjoy the concept of dressing up as a form of play and fun. And yeah, let's be kids and enjoy the night. All right, everyone. God bless you. Okay, bye bye.